In today's tutorial, you will learn how to crochet this cute star, this cute granny solid star. I'm taking you step by step for absolute beginners. Now get out your materials and let's get started. And I'd love to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers and my channel viewers. Thank you so much for liking and sharing my tutorials. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you crochet out too. Now commit your work to the Lord and your plans should be established. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Okay, we're going to begin, and these are the materials that we're going to be needing. We're going to need our scissors, our stitch markers, our darning needle, a measuring tape to take measurement, very important, and I'll be working with hook. Now for this tutorial, we're going to be using different colors. Okay, we're going to be using the yellow, the green, the red. Okay, now to begin, we're going to go ahead and create our slip knot. And that ring, we're going to insert a hook and we're going to start. Here we're starting with our star. Okay, and I'm going to teach you two methods, two ways on how to start. So you can either start with the chain 4. You're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we have our 4 chains, and we're going to come in this first chain, insert a hook in that first chain, yarn over, and make a slip stitch. Now we have obtained a circle. We're going to work in that circle. We're going to go ahead and chain 2, 1 and 2, and into this circle we're going to make a total of 10 double crochet. So to make a double crochet, you're going to yarn over and insert your hook and yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. This is our first double crochet, and you're going to make a total of 10 double crochet. That's if you want to chain the 4. Now for the second option, we're going to create a magic ring. Now we're going to create a magic ring, and our tail needs to be on our left and our working yarn on our right. So you're going to use your 2 fingers and you're going to wrap your yarn like this on your 2 fingers. That's the first time, and then you're going to come the second time, and coming this second time you're going to create an X and use this your middle finger and just hold it like this. Now you're going to take your hook and pass it under like this, and you're going to take the yarn in front and you're going to give it a little twist. And now we have created a magic ring, and now the tail finds itself on the left. You're going to keep it there, and now we're going to start working. We're going to go ahead and chain 2, 1 and 2, and into this circle we're going to make a total of 10 double crochet. 10 double crochet. So yarn over, and this is our first double crochet. Our third double crochet, pull out 2 loops and pull out 2 loops, and we're going to make a total of 10 double crochet in that ring. Okay, so go ahead and I'll meet you for the next part of our work. Okay, here we are. We have our 10 double crochet. I'm going to have a tail like this. I'm going to pull that tail. Good. Now once you have done, once you're okay with that, we're going to come here, come in this first stitch, and this is a chain 2. In this first stitch, insert your hook in that first stitch, and you're going to yarn over, slip stitch. Good. Here we have completed our first round. We're going to start our round number 2, and here we're going to start with our stars. You're going to go ahead and chain 6, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Good. Here we have our 6 chains. We're going to start working. We're going to start working in this second chain. So in that second chain, insert your hook and yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops, pull out 2 loops. That's a single crochet, and yarn over into the next chain. We're going to make a half double crochet, insert your hook yarn over, pull through. We have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull off 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. Into the next stitch, we're going to make a double crochet, yarn over, inside your hook, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. And into the next stitch, we're going to make an extended double crochet, yarn over, inside your hook, and yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, and pull out 1 loop, and yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over and pull out 2 loops. And then into the last stitch, we're going to make a triple crochet. You're going to yarn over twice, so yarn over once and yarn over twice, insert your hook in the last chain, yarn over, pull through, and you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 3, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, and yarn over, pull out 2 loops. And now you're going to skip this, because this is our working stitch. So you're going to skip this stitch, and into the next you're going to insert your hook and make a single crochet. So yarn over and make a single crochet. We already have our first corner of a star. We're going to go ahead and repeat this same exact process. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we're going to come in that second chain and make a single crochet and yarn over. Into the next chain, we're going to make a half double crochet, pull off 3 loops and yarn over. Into the next chain, we're going to make a double crochet, and yarn over. Into the next chain, we're going to make an extended double crochet, yarn over and pull out 1 loop, you're left with 3, pull out 2 and pull out 2 loops. And into the last stitch, yarn over once, yarn over twice, and we're going to make a triple crochet in this last chain. Pull out 2 loops, pull out 2 loops, and pull out 2 loops. Good. And you're going to skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch you're going to make a single crochet, and you're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Good. And you're going to repeat this same exact pattern, and you're going to have 5 angles. Okay, so go ahead and repeat this, and I'll meet you at the end of this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, here we are at the end of this row, and to finish this row we're going to skip this stitch and come here just where we started, under here, insert your hook just below there and make a slip stitch. And here we are done with our star. I'm going to fasten our yarn, and we're going to come back to weave that end. And here we are, we have our star ready. We're going to start this row. So this what you're going to do, you're going to insert your hook. See, this is the first stitch on this angle here. So insert your hook there. And of course, you should have 5 angles, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very important. And you're going to just bring in your yarn like this from behind. You're going to yarn over and bring that in. And that toe, bring it in front. You're going to chain 1 just to secure. And in that same stitch, you're going to go ahead and make your first single crochet. So make a single crochet in that stitch, and we are working in each of those stitches. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook to make a half double crochet. I want to work along my tails, so we're going to make a half double crochet here, yarn over into the next chain, that stitch. We're going to make a double crochet, and we're going to insert our stitch marker and mark that first stitch. Yarn over into the next stitch. We're going to make an extended double crochet, good. And now we have 1 stitch left here. We're going to make a triple crochet. So yarn over once and yarn over twice, insert your hook in that stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, yarn over, pull out 2 loops. Now you're going to pause with these 2 and you're going to come on this other next. This is the first stitch here, so you're going to yarn over once, yarn over once, yarn over twice, and come here in that first stitch. Insert your hook in that first stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, your letter 3, yarn over and pull out 3 loops. Now you're going to yarn over and into the next stitch. You're going to make an extended double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. You make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. You make a half double crochet, yarn over into the last stitch. You're going to make a single crochet, and we've completed 1 part. And we're going to come this other second part, repeating the same thing. So come in that first stitch and you make a single crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. You make a half double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. You make a double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. You make an extended double crochet, and in here we're going to pull out it here, yarn over once, yarn over twice, insert your hook in the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 2, yarn over once, yarn over twice, and come in that first stitch, insert your hook there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull out 2 loops, pull out 2 loops, you're left with 3, pull out 3 loops, yarn over and into the next stitch. We're going to make an extended double crochet, yarn over and into the next stitch. We're going to make a double crochet, yarn over and into the next stitch. We're going to make a half double crochet, and then into the last stitch you're going to make a single crochet. Good. And this is just how we're going to work all through, all around. So you're going to repeat this and I'll meet you here. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, I'll get here at the end. Now your work should look like this. You're going to take off a stitch marker and come in that stitch and make a slip stitch. Good. Go ahead and fasten up again. And in here we're going to introduce the next color. Just go back there and set back your hook. Bring that here in front. And here we're going to introduce our red color. So you're just going to bring it like this, yarn over and bring that in, and also bring that here in front. Go ahead and chain one, and in that first stitch you're going to make a half double crochet. So yarn over and come back in that same stitch, that first stitch, and make a half double crochet there. Yarn over, and here is our next stitch. Go there and make a half double crochet, and you're going to insert your stitch marker and mark that first stitch, and then into the next stitch you're going to make one single crochet, yarn over. Into the next two stitches you're going to make a half double crochet, so half double crochet, and into the next stitch you make a half double crochet, and then into the next two stitches you're going to make a double crochet into the next two stitches. Just 1 and 2, and then into the next stitch we're going to make an extended double crochet, and into the next stitch we're going to make our first corner. Insert your hook and make now you're going to chain one and come back in that same stitch and make another triple crochet. This is our first corner, and into the next stitch you're going to make an extended double crochet, and into the next two stitches we're going to make a double crochet, into the next two stitches we're going to make a half double crochet each of those stitches, and into the next stitch we're going to make one single crochet, and into the next two stitches we're going to make a half double crochet, and into the next stitch you're going to make one double crochet, and into the next stitch you're going to make one extended double crochet, and into this stitch you're going to make your second corner, which consists of one triple crochet, chain one, and one more triple crochet in the same stitch. Alright, continue, and into the next stitch you're going to make an extended double crochet, into the next two stitches we're going to make a double crochet each of those two stitches, Into the next 2 stitches, you're going to make a half double crochet. Into the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. Into the next 2 stitches, you're going to make a half double crochet. Into the next stitch, you're going to make a double crochet, and into the next stitch, make another double crochet, and into the next stitch, you're going to make an extended double crochet, and into the next stitch, we're going to create our third corner. So we're almost finishing this round. Chain 1 and another triple crochet in that same stitch, and into the next stitch, you're going to make an extended double crochet. Into the next 2 stitches, you're going to make a double crochet in each of those 2 stitches. Into the next 2 stitches, you're going to make a half double crochet. Into the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. Into the next 2 stitches, you're going to make a half double crochet. Into the next stitch, you're going to make 1 double crochet. Into the next stitch, you're going to make an extended double crochet, and into the next stitch, you're going to make your 4th and last corner of this round. Chain 1 and make 1 more triple crochet in that same stitch, and into the next stitch, we're going to make an extended double crochet, and into the next stitch, we're going to make 1 double crochet, and into this last stitch here, we're going to make a half double crochet. Good. Now this is not a stitch, this is our chain 1. Now when we get here, just take off your stitch marker, come in that first stitch, and make a slip stitch, and you're done with this row. So we're going to begin the last row. You're going to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and this chain 3 will present our first double crochet. Yarn over into the next stitch, we're going to make 1 double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, a double crochet. So you're going to make a double crochet and I'll meet you here. Okay, now when we get here, we're going to create our corner. Here we're going to be making 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, plus chain 2, 1 and 2, plus 2 more double crochet in that same space. This is how color looks like, corner. And you're going to come and work in that first stitch, you make a double crochet, another, come in the next stitch and make a double crochet, and you're going to make 1 double crochet in each stitch, and I'll meet you here in the corner. Okay, so keep on working. Okay, and now when we get here, we're going to create a corner. Our corner consists of 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, plus 2 more double crochet, all in that same space. And you must always remember to push and work in that first stitch. Make a double crochet there, and to the next stitch you make a double crochet, and yep, I'm just going to repeat making 1 double crochet in each stitch. When you get here in this corner here, you will create your corner which consists exactly the same way, and you repeat working. You get here, you create your corner and come over, you make a double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end here. Okay, so go ahead and let's complete this. So completed this row, completed this round. This is our last corner. I did a double crochet each of those stitches. I'll come at the end here and fasten over here. And we're going to make an invisible join. So we're going to allow that chain 3 and come in the next stitch. Set your needle there. Come back here. This. And now let me give you the dimension of our square. It measures 8 centimeters and 8 centimeters everywhere. Thank you so very much for working with me. And yep, in the next tutorial I'll be teaching you how to join the squares together. This is beautiful, right? We're going to create a very beautiful piece for Christmas. So stay tuned for that tutorial. You don't want to miss it. And thank you so very much for working with me. If you're still at home mom like me, I encourage you to work from home, and I pray God bless the work of our hands. Now meet you in the next tutorial. Till then, God bless us and keep us and prosper the work of our hands. Shalom.